Hi, beautiful people. So firstly, yes, I'm still wearing the same clothes. I live in a huggle. It is really cold in the morning and in the evenings. My huggle goes on before bed and when I get up in the morning and before I get dressed for my day. So before anybody judges me, my huggle is my best friend. It's cold here in the mornings. Now, I wanted to do an update yesterday, but so much happened that I actually didn't have capacity to do it. And I wanted to try and do an update without bursting into tears. Okay, so hopefully this morning is that space. Now, a lot of questions have come up, and I'm going to tell you a story, and I'm going to tell you the questions that were asked to me. But before I do that, again, I want to thank every single one of you that have made donations. I've had people make small donations and say to me, B, that's all I had. That's amazing. I am so grateful. I am so grateful. And I'm grateful for every share, for every social media post, for every social media share on the Facebook page, on the BackaBuddy. Every Facebook post I make has the BackaBuddy link. To share it is just, I'm so grateful. For those of you that emailed me yesterday or messaged me about Jacaranda Angels, go for it. If you think that you are doing something that could potentially help, right? Your intentions are good, your intentions are clear, go for it. The support is so reassuring because honestly, I'd reached a space where I thought no one cared. When you read the BackaBuddy, you will see that my daughter was SA'd, and it's an unfortunate situation and a situation that we are still persevering through, okay, and we'll continue to. But in saying that, I want to update, I need a car. I really need a car. And yesterday was again the perfect example of that, right? So we know about the 2 mountains walk to get the police report, okay? Yesterday was a different day. I woke up in the morning, and as most of you know, I've got trigeminal neuralgia, which means that there's a lot of pain here, okay? I do have a separate diagnosis, but that's more manageable than where I'm sitting. And Charles and I always had a rule that if my pain escalated very quickly, that I would always go to the doctor, because we had a situation in 2020 where the pain escalated, I ignored it, and I actually burst my eardrum. And I was in so much trouble between my husband and my doctor. Like, why didn't you speak up? Well, I'm in ear infection, tooth abscess, living pain 24 hours a day. I won't notice if I'm sick. And so I thought, okay, grab the girls, we pop up to the doctor, which is halfway up the hill. The pharmacy's next door, and then we can pop down to the grocery store, get what we have to get, and come home. And then I carry on working, right? Because this is now eating time out of my work. Before Charles passed, I would start work at 8 o'clock in the morning, and 4 nights of the week, I would only finish work at 8 o'clock at night. So I was pushing my work. We had dreams, we had goals, okay? Anyway, so see the doctor, and the doctor says to me, Bianca, I have not seen you this sick, and it's been a long time since I've needed antibiotics. I've managed myself so well and managed my condition so well and my immune system so well that the moment that there's a problem, we get onto immunoboosters, we double dose the vitamins, we push my body into a space where you're going to be okay. I missed it. And he says to me, Bianca, how did you let it get here? And I said, well, I don't know. So the fevers happen, because of my spinal condition. So fevers are not something I pay attention to. They happen. Night sweats, it's part of my spinal condition. I don't pay attention to it. It's just something that happens. So I didn't notice that I had an infection, but I promised my husband that if my pain ever escalated quickly, that we go check. Is it a flare, or do I need help? And I really needed help. I have a pretty serious infection through my sinus here. There is a problem here, and it had migrated into the top of my sinus and then all the way down my throat. And the doctor's like, no. And he put me on a whole bunch of medication, which is fantastic, until I went to the pharmacy. Now, Clarence Town has one pharmacy. So I went in, and the pharmacist was amazing. He was on lunch, and he came rushing back when he heard it was me, and he looked at the piece of paper, and he was like, this is really strong medication and I don't keep any of it here. And I was like, generics? And he was like, nope, nothing. You need to go to Botswana. Okay? Cool. Botswana is at least 6 kilometers away from where I'm standing right now. And I have to walk with 2 babies. And I have an infection. And I'm tired. And I need to get back to work. This is eating into my work time. My plan is do the shopping, come home, carry on working. Do what I have to do for work, do my work administration, handle my chores, get up the next day, work again. I'm not sitting here crying like the grieving widow. I'm getting up and I'm trying to build a life for my children. I'm not sitting here waiting. So it's okay, I'm losing more time. So I speak to the wife of the pharmacist in Botswana and I'm like, I've got a problem, okay? Because I know he handles my chronic meds, which means he will deliver my chronic meds into town and I can go collect them from his wife, okay? And that happens just on the regular, every month. It's a setup. He drops the meds off when they're due. I go and collect them. Easy peasy. Amazing, amazing. Great, it's fine. In situations like this, Charles would have walked the 6 kilometers to Botswana to go and get my medication. So I stand in front of this woman and I'm like, here's my script. And she looks at it, she goes, oh my God, Bianca. And I went, I know. She went, well, go to Philip. And then she realized in that moment you could see her face just drop. And she went, you can't. I went, no, I can't. And I just burst into tears at that point. She says to me, hold on. And she found her husband and she said, we've got a problem, Bianca's here. She can't get to you. But I need this medication in the shop now. And she phoned him and she made the necessary arrangements. Now, I'm so grateful that they could do that for me, but at the same time I felt like such a burden. I mean, I can't be doing that every time I happen to get an infection, right? So she said to me, okay, wait an hour and Philip will be here with the meds. Perfect, great. That does eat into my work time, but I managed to handle my clients as I needed to and they were amazing, okay? We waited, we got the meds, we did the grocery shopping, we came home. But my whole day is pear-shaped again. Instead of it being a simple exercise. Now, if I'd had a car, they would have gone, Bianca, you need to go to Botswana, 6 kilometers away. I would have popped 10 minutes down the road, gotten the meds, popped 10 minutes back up the road, and the entire situation would have been resolved in 45 minutes. Okay? This is 2 hours of my life just because I got an infection. And I looked at my girls and I was like, I'm not making you walk that mountain twice today. We will sit and we will wait. And we did. And it was hard. It was really hard. We came home. I waited until I finished work before I took the meds because they're really, really, really strong. And I powered through my day. And I got up this morning and I was talking to a friend and I said to him, you know, Charles and I had plans. We were working on something. And it was our little secret, and I was working really, really hard, and he was sort of backing up in a way that my husband was a frigging whiz at trading the Forex market, like really, really scary good at it. And I was saying to him that what we're going to do now is we're going to build up this buffer, and we're going to build this dream, we're going to build the dream, we're going to have our dream, okay? And I woke up this morning, I said, well, I have to find another way to make that dream. But my first step in being able to achieve that dream is freeing up more work hours so that I can build the buffer I need to make the financial decisions and investments I need to create that space. I am losing 3 hours a day, 3 hours every single day on grocery shopping because I don't have a car. I am losing hundreds of rands on grocery shopping because I only have a Spar. I don't have Checker 6060. I don't have a Pick and Pay. I don't have a Discount. What they charge is what they charge, and suck it up, princess. You made a choice and you've got to live with it. It's so hard. It is so hard. Okay. Now, in all of that, I'm eternally grateful for everybody sharing. I'm eternally grateful. Every share counts, please. A lot of people have messaged me and said to me, I cannot donate. I'm like, don't, then share. If you cannot donate, share. If you can donate, still share, right? Get the message out there. We can resolve this, right? I'm not looking for a Mercedes-Benz. I'm looking for a small SUV that runs safely, that can get me and my children to where we need to be as we need to be, okay? And in all of this, I've had to sit back and really acknowledge the struggle because, like I said to my friend this morning, this is what my invoices were last month, okay? This is what my invoices are this month. There is a massive difference. And he said to me, well, you can work towards that. And I said, well, I can't, because the walking time is eating into my ability to book clients. And clients are getting frustrated with me because I'm saying I can't do that time because I need to go and do this. And it's not I want to, it's I don't have a choice, okay? And so I'm working really, really late hours. Most nights, like yesterday, I only finished at 8 o'clock. And getting that vehicle allows me the freedom not just to make it easier on my children to live a normal day-to-day life, but for me to build the foundation of the dream that we were building for our family. It allows me the freedom to work more. I'm working less now than I have because I have to allocate that time, okay? It's crazy, it's challenging, it's hard, okay? And now I'm sick on top of it. And guess what? Doesn't matter. I gotta put my big girl panties on today and I've still gotta go for that walk on all the medication that the doctors put me on. With all the sweats and all the nausea and all the just from the meds, okay? I don't get to say, well, you know. And then the question came up, can you not use Uber or Bolt? All right. There is no Uber here. There is no Bolt here. There is no Checker 6060. There is no Pick and Pay. There is no food delivery. Okay, you are on your damn own. That's that. And it was a really interesting question when somebody said to me, well, can't you catch an Uber? And I was like, no, there is no Uber here. It doesn't exist. It's crazy. Okay, there's no need for it here. You know, okay, cool, there'd be one person that needs it for a little while. It's not worthwhile for the drivers, right? So that's my update. It's been hard. I'm hoping every day I wake up and I say, I pray just a normal day. I get to work. I get to do my shopping. I come home and I work. I do my research for my podcast. My children do their schoolwork, which kudos to my kids. They've been amazing. They have been so incredible, okay? And we have a normal, peaceful day. I just want one day where it just flows. And I haven't had that blessing yet. I feel like the universe is like, okay, these are all the things Charles did. Now you're going to learn them all in the first month. That's it. From medication to the internet outage to the washing machine to the garbage, all of it. You're going to learn it all now. And I stood in my husband's shoes yesterday and I thought, this man would walk 6 kilometers into the location, to the pharmacy, to go get me my meds. And he wouldn't say a word. He would just come in and be like, there you go, babe. Sorted. Feel better. Can I get you anything? You need to take extra immune boosters. You need to do this. You need to do that. And now I'm doing it all on my own. And I'm determined. I am determined. And what you're seeing today is a rise in that determination. And I'm hoping that you will support me in that determination to get this right for my children. So again, thank you for every share. Please keep sharing. And every donation, no matter how small, do not minimize your contribution to my journey. I am so grateful. I truly am so grateful for the support. And I'm sending you all so much love, and I will catch up with you soon.